What's up, Red Squad guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, make sure you click the subscribe button. Road to 10K is in full effect. You might be wondering why I'm wearing this USA shirt, but this is only for memory to remind us that the USA is not at the 2018 World Cup. Damn you, Trinidad and Tobago. So guys, how are you enjoying the 2018 World Cup so far? Second round of matches for Group A and Group B are all over. We saw Russia and Uruguay book their place to the round of 16. Egypt and Saudi Arabia knocked out. And in Group B, Morocco knocked out, but Iran, Portugal and Spain are still fighting for those two spots for the round of 16. But now we are in Group C, where we have France, Australia, Peru and Denmark. I'll be covering the big clash between France and Peru. If you saw the first matches, you would know that this match promises something big. Oh my God, I can't wait for this. But before I get into the France versus Peru fixture, let's recap what happened so far in Group C. In the opening match of Group C, France defeated Australia 2-1, courtesy of an Antoine Griezmann goal and a Behich own goal. Mile Jedinak scored the only goal for Australia. For the Peru versus Denmark fixture, Denmark defeated Peru 1-0, even though Peru looked the more lively of the two teams. But I guess Denmark made the best of their opportunity and walk away with a big 3 points. Their goal was scored by Yusuf Urari Paulsen, a player to watch for the future. He plays for RB Leipzig in the German Bundesliga. So after those two matches, the Group C standings are as follows. France at the top with 3 points, Denmark second, 3 points. Then we have Australia and Peru at the bottom, 0 points each. What were my actual 2018 World Cup predictions for Group C? Well, I predicted Denmark to top the group, France to come in second, Peru to come in third, barely missing out, and Australia at the bottom to go home early as well. So far, it looks like my predictions are definitely gonna come through, unless Peru and Australia would like to prove me wrong. So guys, now for a brief World Cup profile for both teams. For France, they're also known as Le Bleu or the Blues, and this is their 15th World Cup appearance. Their best finish came at the 1998 World Cup when they hosted and won the damn thing. Their last World Cup appearance came at the 2014 World Cup hosted by Brazil when they got all the way to the quarterfinals. For Peru, they are also known as La Blanquiroja, and this would be their 5th World Cup appearance. Their best finish came in the 1970 World Cup when they made it to the quarterfinals. Their last World Cup appearance came in 1982 when they made an early group stage exit. Like, wow, that's 36 years ago. That's way before I was born. As for head-to-head, how many times have France and Peru met in the past? 1. They actually met in 1982 and Peru defeated France 1-0. They will actually be praying for another result like this. Or maybe we could see France get their revenge from 1982. Who knows? Form at the 2018 World Cup. How does France and Peru look at the World Cup so far? For France, they won their first match 2-1 versus Australia. I must admit they looked a little tame, and the game versus Peru will be a bit more challenging. It's like playing a video game and going up a few more levels. That's how difficult it's gonna be versus Peru. For Peru, they lost their first match versus Denmark 0-1. They even missed a penalty. They must be ruining the chance to start the World Cup off on a good foot. They look the more attractive of the two teams, and they are very unlucky not to walk away with at least 1 point. They will be looking to take the game to France just the way they did versus Denmark. Look out for Peru, guys. Who are the players to watch for both France and Peru? For France, of course, we're going to keep an eye on Paul Pogba. He was okay in the match versus Australia, and he made the effort, which led to the own goal. So I guess he did pretty good. I guess he did pretty good in the end, but we will be watching you, Paul Pogba. He will need to show us the Paul Pogba that we saw at the 2014 World Cup whilst he was still with Juventus. But ever since he moved to Manchester United, I really don't know what has happened to the guy, man. You know, the hairstyles have gotten crazier and the performances has gone down. Also, we have to keep an eye on N'Golo Kante, the ever-present defensive midfielder, annoying everyone, taking the ball away, popping up when you least expect him to. He is an important man for France. Also look out for Antoine Griezmann, one of the scorers in the first match, and the Atletico Madrid man will be looking to replicate his performance versus Australia, or even go one notch up. I would like to see Griezmann celebrate a few more times, right? But guys, those are some big names. Pogba, Kante, Griezmann. There are many, many more big names in the French lineup, and we would have to keep an eye on this team. They are actually one of the favorites to win the World Cup. One of my favorites as well. For Peru, players to watch. Advincula, the right back. This guy, man. This guy, remember I told you about this guy, Advincula. This is actually the first time that I'm seeing him, and he is good. He looks really good. I expect someone to snatch him up in this summer's transfer window, for real. Buy him. Listen. Buy this guy. If you're watching this and you're part of a club, buy this guy. Also, Andre Carrillo, he was really energetic on the flanks, and he tormented the Danish defenders. So look out, Frenchman. Andre Carrillo is coming for you. I think he just needs a better end product though. A better end product, and he will be a very dangerous player. Also, Paulo Guerrero, he did not start the match versus Denmark, and he needs to start this match. Like, if you want to make a statement, you have to start Paulo Guerrero. Look at what he had to go through to get to the 2018 World Cup, and you have him on the bench. He has to start. He has to start. He is creative and he is deadly, so he has to play. And the last player, Renato Tapia. He is the pivot in midfield, and he was very industrious versus Denmark. He is not flashy, but he is ever present. Very talented player, and he will need to put in the work again if Peru is to trample France. What are some of the changes I think the head coaches should make for this match? For France, I think Ousmane Dembele should drop back to the bench, bring in Olivier Giroud, push Mbappe over on the right. He can play over there, but Giroud will be really dangerous up top on the set plays, holding up play as well, bringing the other attackers into the play, and France will be really dangerous if Olivier Giroud is in the 11. Mark my words. Didier Deschamps, are you listening? Also, I'll take out Corentin, Tolisso, and I'll bring in either Blaise Matuidi, or I'll give a World Cup debut to Steven Nzonzi. He will also be a big threat in set plays. You see how tall he is? And after years of brilliant performances for Sevilla, this would be a really nice gift for Steven Nzonzi. Also, I don't agree with Pavard and Hernandez in the fullback positions. You can't have both of them playing fullback. You either have one or none of them at all. I would actually take the both of them out, and I'll bring in Benjamin Mendy and Djibril Sidibe, because these guys will be a creative force from the fullback positions. They will overlap. They will make really dangerous crosses into the box, and Sidibe also could take free kicks. So I'll take them out of the. I'll definitely take them out. I don't know what Didier Deschamps is doing. Take them out. Bring on Mendy. Bring on Sidibe. Okay? I actually think that Didier Deschamps got really lucky versus Australia, or else a lot of you guys would have been talking about his selection for that match right now. You know, in hindsight, Pavard and Hernandez pose no attacking threat. I think he is too negative. Like, you have Pavard, Hernandez, you have Varane, you have Umtiti, you have Kante. All these players are defensive-minded players. You know, Tolisso and Pogba also playing sort of defensive roles. Even though Pogba goes forward more than Tolisso does, but Deschamps negative, really negative. Need a more positive outlook if you are to actually contest for the 2018 World Cup title. For Peru, I think Paulo Guerrero should start instead of Flores or Yutun. One of them. Take one of them out. Bring in Guerrero. He is your talisman. He has to start. He has to start. You guys saw what happened when he was brought into the game. It was like the game sparked to life again for Peru. That's the only change I'm expecting Ricardo Gareca to actually make for the match versus France, but he can make 1 or 2 changes coming into this game. So what's my prediction for the France versus Peru match? This is a really tricky match to predict, you know. Peru looks really good. France a little lackluster in that win versus Australia. I think they were lucky. You know, they should have only got 1 point from that game, you know. As I said, negative approach by Didier Deschamps. I don't agree with Kylian Mbappe as, you know, the man in the middle. You know, Mbappe, Dembele, Griezmann, I don't agree with that front three at all. I don't agree with the midfield three either. I think, you know, one of them should come out, maybe Tolisso. And I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. France versus Peru, 1 point each. Peru stays in the hunt for the round of 16 places. France go up to 4 points to strengthen their case as well. And if you want to factor in my prediction for the Denmark versus Australia match, well, Denmark would be on 6 points, and this would mean that they have potentially qualified for the round of 16 according to my prediction. But guys, what's your prediction for the France versus Peru match? Let me know in the comment section down below. Don't be afraid to make a bold call, okay? Be like me. So guys, for question of the day, which current World Cup manager will get the sack first? Like, who will get fired first amongst all the managers at the 2018 World Cup right now? Well, I'm going to answer that question. I think it's going to be Juan Antonio Pizzi, the head coach of Saudi Arabia. Like, they are trigger happy when it comes to that, and they already knocked out of the 2018 World Cup, and I expect Juan Antonio Pizzi to be out the door. Look out for that announcement soon. Also, Jorge Sampaoli can get the boot, especially if Argentina fail to make it to the round of 16. So guys, thanks for watching my video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you click the subscribe button, smash the thumbs up button, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and until next time, peace out. Rich Squad!